The people are here, and the people have arrived. Damn, boys and girls, we are back with another 90 plus. It's an interesting one today because it's an 0-0. It is an 0-0, and usually we're not fan of 0-0s, but there's many talking points about this one. Tuchel time, or is it Tuchel time? I don't really know.
Tuchel,
technically Tuchel.
Tuchel, yeah.
It's Tuchel time, and the geezer came off the plane as you guys were talking, as I was setting up there, off the plane straight onto the football pitch, and did his little training session yesterday, and he had to face a Wolves side. Let's not get it twisted. Wolves are a very good side. They came today. They were wanting their point or 3 points if they could grab it, but their point, and they rode with it. They rode with it and they took it, and they were set up very well. Pav, I'm not going to talk much. I'm going to come to you first. Interesting game. We're seeing a lot of dilemmas. We're seeing a lot of comments. Tuchel ball is bad. Tuchel out. Tuchel out. Whatever. However,
like I said, bro, the people that are saying Tuchel out, they're trolls. They're not serious. There are no substantial claims for Tuchel's job to be gone after literally him being in charge for less than 72 hours. Like, come on.
There was a meme to say to all them people is literally with your lips, right? You get your lips, you get your teeth, and you go, shut up, like
that. No, they're doing something else with their lips because they're too busy with Frank. Let me tell you that much, because they wanted to succeed so bad.
Days.
No,
Pavlova.
No, but basically, with this game, he had a 1 hour training session. Basically, in the space of 24 hours, he comes to Chelsea and has a game to play. Listen, I thought it was fine. What I saw was a much better defense, a much better midfield. Jorginho and Kovacic, I think, were the two best players today, honestly. And in the attack, we got through at times. We could see Hakim Ziyech. What I really liked was Hakim Ziyech in the hole, sort of either immediately switching the ball out wide or sort of threading the ball down in between the third center back or the wide center backs and the wing backs, and getting it to Callum Hudson-Odoi, getting it to Ben Chilwell, getting it to those players. Olivier Giroud was kind of a non-existent in this game, but we were breaking down Wolves, I think, as best we could, considering the fact that he's only had an hour, really. And we're seeing on the pitch as well.
Anyone who's chatting shit.
1 hour. 1 hour. And again, people will slam the lineup and everything. Tuchel said this is the most unfair lineup I'm ever going to put out because I don't know. I don't know who to play. Because people are saying, oh, well, you could tell Mason Mount is easily the best player at Chelsea Football Club, or you can say something like that. Mason Mount was playing under, I wouldn't even call it a system under Frank. He was just kind of playing. So for you to just see that player and go, okay, he's playing well. Okay, but how can he play within Thomas Tuchel's system? That's the thing. So he still has to figure that out. So I won't blame him for the lineup, really. I thought it was interesting seeing Callum Hudson-Odoi as a wingback.
I was going to say, let's start off with the timeline. We'll go from the actual starting lineup. For anyone that missed it, it was Mendy and then three at the back, Aspie, Rudiger, and Silva. The two wing backs were Chilwell, right, and Hudson-Odoi. And then you had Kovacic, Jorginho, Kovacic, Ziyech, Jorginho, however you want to put that. And then Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, and Giroud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the other thing as well. People are saying boring football, slow in possession, whatever. This isn't how Tuchel plays. You got to think about it this way. Again, under Frank, we were never the best team technically. He now has to re-implement what Sarri taught them. And obviously it's going to take a while to get used to. Because as you continue to get more comfortable playing with that style, you're going to get quicker at it. You're going to be able to make quicker exchanges. You're going to be able to make nicer moves. It's going to take a little while. It's like running through a forest. It's like playing position football. And again, people will say, side to side, backwards, forwards, whatever. Playing possession football and trying to get around a deep block. It's not just people just say, oh, well, we should be more attacking. The fuck does that mean? If you have 10 guys ahead of you, you're not just going to try and run through all 10 of them. Only one guy can do that, and that's Messi. Apart from him, trying to play around a low block with possession, it's like running through a forest. You can try and run straight, but you're going to get a lot of bumps on your head. Instead, you have to be able to find your way around.
I want to say I want to say this though. I don't. Sorry, guys. I should really read some of these comments before from a fish. You a fraud. Who's fish? Who is fish? Yeah. What I was gonna say was. Fuck, my head's gone blank. I was gonna say something really important. Oh, okay, right, here we go. No, this is what I was gonna say. To say that he had an hour of training or 2 hours of training. I see Mush and Mason acting up already. Shut your mouth. Give him time.
I love those boys, bro.
People are saying we need a leader. We're severely lacking someone on the pitch. We have Thiago Silva, Jorginho, and Azpilicueta. What do you mean?
The basic, just the basic, right? The basic is he had one training session, and he came into a squad. Like you said, he doesn't know who to start, exactly where to play him in terms of like Hudson left, right, Pulisic left, right in this team. I know he played him on the right in Dortmund, from what I hear. But yeah, even through that one session, the guy still controlled the game. You got to remember that. From that one session, he implemented just control this game. Let's get a goal if we can. Control the game. Possession was, I'm not going to lie, wasn't a fan of watching us continuously do this. And then there was chances where there was a few counter-attacking chances like, go on, Pat, no, make a run, no. All right, let's go again. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I can tell and I can understand the fact that it's one session. And if in one session, Tuchel can win at least a possession game and domination game like he did today, got to give him time. We'll see what he does when he starts to figure out which player plays where. Who's going to suit this style? Am I going to play this player here? People talking about Mason Mount straight away. Mason's played every game this season pretty much. Jeez, maybe he wants to take him off and he wants to try his formation, which he knows Mason might not suit. Let me try like this. Mason came on, did good. Did actually good. Him and Pulisic on that side did good. So from the session, I'm actually, even though I didn't enjoy necessarily the performance overall, we get the victory, I was impressed. I can't lie.
Yeah.
No, it's going to take some time, and this whole side-to-side sort of boring, sort of stagnant, it's not here to stay because players are going to get quicker with the ball. They're going to understand each other better. They're going to grow. All right. I know people are thinking that this isn't the case, but right now, this is a process.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that get ready to see a lot more games like this from Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, like in the upcoming games. I mean, not in the future, but like maybe like the next 3 or 4 games, because people are already saying that, oh, you're making excuses. The excuses on it. Well, it's not an excuse. It's the truth. Like nobody, not even God, could come in. I mean, probably God, but like not even the best. God could. But he's not God. Like, what do you want him to do? He's had like a training session that was like an hour or whatever. Literally hopped off the plane to Cobham. Like, he doesn't know anybody at the Chelsea. I mean, he knows Thiago Silva and he knows Christian Pulisic, but he knew Christian Pulisic when he was a teenager. Now Christian Pulisic is 22. He's a completely different player. So even then, you could only arguably say that he knew like one person. And like, again, okay, he's played against some of the guys before, but he doesn't know anybody. So, and he said, yes, this is the most unfair lineup he'll ever pick. And I agree with him because he's literally seen names and he's like, okay, I know that Jorginho and Kovacic are good midfielders. Let's start them, regardless of how Mason Mount's been playing recently, because I don't know, maybe those two will fit best in the idea that I have for this game. Let's play these guys here because why not? And it's we have to remember the football is an experimental game. Like, you can't just go out into the pitch and magic happens. You have to try things, you know, and that's why I'm saying be prepared to see a lot more experimentation from Tommy Tuchel.
Yeah, he's halfway through the season. He's coming to a squad that has just lost a manager that there was a lot of controversy around that whole thing. If you haven't watched the 2-hour special on, is this why Frank Lampard actually got sacked? Go and watch that. That was the last live stream. Fantastic live stream. It's a Netflix special, really. I'm just waiting for the call. Netflix. Just drop the call. Yeah, I mean, he's coming to a squad where it's all over the gaff. It's very messy, and he's not gonna instantly go, I was at PSG last season. I took them to the Champions League final. This is what your guys are going to do. We are going to the CL final right now. We're going to play Wolves, and we're going to end up in... That's what people are expecting. Are you expecting us to beat Wolves and then qualify for the Champions League final tomorrow? Like, lads, come on.
Honestly, football.
We can get behind trolling. But just use your common sense a little bit, bro.
That's
right?
what I mean. Like people genuinely who have brains, like they won't be saying Tuchel out or any of that nonsense, which is why it's trolling. And people need to understand that football isn't face value. That 2 hour Netflix documentary live stream special that we did the other day just goes to show what goes on behind football. Like
100%.
he's not just because he's this guy who's won trophies, he's not going to immediately come in and change things. The players as well. The players, they've just had Frank Lampard in their ear for 18 months. That's whatever tactics Frank's put into their head, whatever style of play Frank's had, they're still in that mindset almost. And then halfway through a season, that's been taken away from them. And then there's this new German Donny that's coming in and telling them what to do. So obviously and obviously he's a new coach, and they're going to try and play for him. So the first 25 minutes of today's game was excellent, even though we didn't even score. Like the energy, Kai Havertz,
you could see so much.
That is the most that I've seen Kai Havertz run in the past 6 months.
I was going to say this. I feel
that
like
is the most I've seen him run. I'm
talking about my thoughts from the second half more so than the first, because your boy was training. Time schedule was a bit. So I did watch the second half, but I saw a little glimpse when they were talking about the first half back. But what I saw in that second half, a little bit of Havertz. There's one or two situations where I saw him do a few things where I was like, okay, I feel like this
an excellent chance for Chilwell.
Bro, honestly, and that it was like in the 15th minute, he picked the ball from like the halfway line and just ran past everybody. I mean, he scuffed the shot at the end, but like
Tuchel's play,
I have never seen him do that before.
This implementation of Tuchel's style, I think the thing that's missing, the missing equation part for it is the pace of football. I think that was slow necessarily because of how Frank played. It was play it nicely, get onto the wing, boom, put it into the box, we score. There was not enough movement off the ball, bam, 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 and then pace.
We saw a lot of that today. We saw a lot of interplay in the midfield, which I liked.
Get used to it. So more training sessions of intense. I mean, you saw that video of Tuchel yesterday. Like I was just gassed to see him. Like, all right, first.
He's a coach. We actually have a coach in charge now. It's
bro,
great.
and there's a video of him at there's a video of him at Mainz, and I know this was like years ago, but like it just goes to show you that he's still the same guy. I mean, obviously he's the same guy, but like it was doing the rounds on Twitter. It was just him like swearing at the Mainz players. It was because one of them tried to do like a skill in training, and like Tuchel went ballistic. Like he kicked the football at the guy, not at the guy, but he kicked the football out of frustration.
Yeah.
But like he was screaming at him, and I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
okay, this is the coach that we have. Brilliant. And I'm not saying that Frank Lampard wasn't that, but we didn't see that from Frank Lampard. There was no indication that Frank Lampard was like that. He could have been on the training pitch. I mean, there's stories that have come out that he, beefed Marcus Alonso backstage, or like that touchline spat with Mourinho and with Klopp. Yeah, I mean, we saw that, but yeah, Thomas Tuchel. I don't know if you guys have seen the interview that they released 20 minutes before the game.
The entirety, but it looks good.
Yeah, on Chelsea TV, the interview that they give. The guy's a very cerebral, well-spoken, charismatic guy, and like he obviously knows what he's talking about. He's a good coach. I mean, the argument that I've been hearing recently is that he managed PSG. If I managed PSG, then I'm like, I mean, if you managed PSG, you're not a professional manager. You probably show up on the first day and then get sacked because, I don't know, you went down the wrong door to the flipping office or something. But like, we can all agree that Thomas Tuchel is a better coach than Frank Lampard. Like, there is no debate. Like,
we're seeing it signs already with 1 hour's training session. I think the next game against Burnley, it's funny because Burnley, if you look at our fixture list, isn't the exciting game out of the Madrids and the Spurs coming up. But that one's going to be interesting because they're not a bad side in terms of they'll give you a rough and tough. Burnley, we're talking about Burnley, the lads, So it's going to be interesting.
Burnley.
It's
also another low block we have to break down too.
Yeah, exactly. It's time though. What's Tuchel going to do now? What's he going to implement in the next 4 or 5, 6 days?
Exactly. The real work starts now. The real work. This game was a free hit as far as I'm concerned.
It's good that he had this game so soon.
Exactly. I mean, if we lost like 8-0, okay, maybe I'd be raising some concerns. But like the fact that we got a point from a game, the manager's just landed in the flipping country, let alone like literally like Monday evening or whatever. Yeah. So it was a free hit, and we got a point, and we played well. I mean, we can start to see glimpses of potential lineups and potential tactics, and yeah, I mean, the real work starts for Burnley.
Yeah. I want to bring up this topic now for both of us, all three of us. I was going to say both of you. So interesting. Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to make Reece James go into centre defensive mid. He played that good. Thoughts, and alongside that is his Viper Noah Pav. Thoughts on Cho and Pulisic being used as wing backs? Do you want to see more of it? So we're seeing our wingers that we usually see as a left wing or right wing up top being dropped back into wing backs. We do have a fantastic right back in Reece James, who's very good at going forward. What now happens with him? I mean, we're gonna find out, but instantly from those decisions that he made, from a rash decision of coming in, what do you guys think is gonna happen? Is Reece James gonna become a central defensive midfielder or central midfielder?
I've been
Jorginho. What happens to Kovacic? Like, what's gonna happen? What's your thoughts? Because I think that's the most interesting position of them all.
Reece James, I mean, Pav said it last time, but I've been saying this since we brought him back from Wigan. At Wigan, he did play CDM for like 20 games, and he captained them, and he played well there. So it's the whole modern fullback mold where like you can slot them in at CDM because they play there anyway. I mean, look at Trent. Trent isn't a right back, although he is. Put Trent in CDM, Trent will do a great job for you. So yes, maybe, but we have a massive squad to manage. Massive squad. And what's been coming out recently, we've also got massive egos to manage as well. And Thomas Tuchel, you've got a job on your hands, bro. Like, I genuinely don't know about some of these players. Some of our favorite players might end up moving on because they might not fit into the system.
That's going to be interesting. I think someone's going to be, who are we going to let go? That's going to be
genuinely. I really don't know, but don't be surprised if some of our favorite players end up leaving through no fault of like their own, not because they're on bad form, but because, you know, they're not playing essentially. And it is what it is, and it's football, and it sucks, but like it's a culmination of many things, of overpaying for players that we didn't really need, for bringing in players that we didn't really need, and you can't exactly. This is why I'd never really like blamed Lampard for the players that he played, because he, especially in that first season, because he inherited everybody, like, and he had to do a job with those players, and obviously he did a job, but when he was allowed to like bring in new players, he couldn't manage that, obviously, and then that's one of the reasons that led to him being dismissed. So we've got a massive Kante as well. N'Golo Kante didn't even play today because he's injured. So where does he fit in? Because I thought that
honestly, the way that Jorginho and Kovacic played today,
bro, I think it might. Bro, I've been saying this for like a year and a bit. N'Golo Kante, it might be time to cash in, especially since he is like he still is N'Golo Kante. And he's 30, which isn't old, but there are teams out there that would pay like a good 70 million for an N'Golo Kante who's working at like 70% of what we're normally used to from N'Golo Kante because of injuries and whatnot, and adapting to different play styles. So I'd say cash in now. I mean, obviously that's a stupid thing to say because it's N'Golo Kante, but why not? We have way too many midfielders anyway, and I know people are going to crucify me for saying this, but N'Golo Kante might need to go, and I'd be okay with that.
It's going to be more.
We can play without him. We can play. He's a very specialist player, and we can play without him.
That's going to prevail in the coming weeks. When he comes back from injury, Tuchel starts using him, and we see in Tuchel's style who plays better. And if someone, that's what I mean. It's honestly,
yeah.
I don't even know prediction. I don't even know what I want from this season anymore. I said maybe top
Genuinely.
6.
I don't know either.
We just got to figure these players out. Go on, Pav.
I'm holding up 4. I'm holding up 4 right here because I want top 4. It's tough, but
it's ideal. It's the best.
I wouldn't bet against Tuchel, so I'm still aiming for top 4. We're still going for it.
Yeah, we are, but realistically, to quote my good friends whose comment is on the screen right now, realistically, yeah,
yes,
top 4. It's a long shot at this point. We've been.
I'm gonna tell you,
we've fallen off. 6th, Europa League. Okay, here we go. We finish Europa League. We win it next season.
We're gonna win the Champions League again, and then we'll qualify. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. We'll fall into the Europa League. We'll finish, I don't know, 5th, get to an FA Cup semi-final, get knocked out by Atletico, and then next season we win the Europa League. In my head, that's the best case scenario.
You haven't yet given your sort of thoughts on that. My bad. Me and Noah stole the show there for a bit, but give your thoughts on that position with like Reece and then Kante and the wing backs and the midfield.
With Reece, I think a CDM option is certainly viable. I think a right wing back option is also viable, although Kalmas and Doyle did look very good there. I don't know. Tuchel tinkers. He switches between formations. He switches between not systems, but personnel. It's also a possibility for you to train your way into his lineups. I remember he didn't want Moise Kean whatsoever at PSG. After some training sessions, he was impressed with him and decided, you know what, I am going to play him. So give it a little bit. Time will tell. And even then, we're never really going to play a defined formation. But we will play a defined system, which is possession-based, high pressing. We listen, everybody talks about how much we played with the ball. But our pressing, Hawala Isus. That was like, listen, Frank was like some little league shit. This was like the World Series right here in terms of our pressing game. 3 guys around whoever had the ball at all times. It was much better. How much would you say is that just the players' adrenaline kicking in, trying to impress the boss? I'd say that. I think it's a bit of both. I think
it is a bit of both. Because, like I said, honestly, I saw some man run for the first time. Like that Kai Havertz run. I was just like, bro, we've not seen that. Like, whoa. I didn't know you could run that fast. What?
Yeah, I really like the Giroud Havertz Ziyech combination. I like
on the edge of the box. Yeah.
We saw something that we haven't seen from Kai in a while, which is him getting in the box, him operating in that final third, him starting to link up with players and get in goal-scoring positions and create goal-scoring opportunities. That opportunity for Chilwell, that was an excellent bit of play. People will just say, we passed it from side to side for 90 minutes. Again, no, we were trying to see what gaps were opening up between that Wolves defense, because I'm going to pull up the way that Wolves were lined up today. I mean, at halftime, it was like, listen, Burnley are punching the air right now seeing this. They're like, these guys stole our whole goddamn flow right here. Look at this.
That's the average position of Wolves players in the first half. They didn't even step into.
They did not give a fuck about attacking.
Bro, honestly, Nuno Espirito Santo, around like the 15th minute, he was like...
He's the Portuguese Sean Dyche.
He was literally like, okay, I see what we're doing here. Shut up shop for 90 minutes and try to hit him on the counter.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. And I don't blame him, because a lot of teams have set up that way. Especially this season, now that we've invested like 250 million into like European firepower. A lot of teams have shut up shop against us, and that's one of the reasons why the money that we've spent hasn't come to fruition. Because Timo Werner, I was again watching highlights of last season in Leipzig to just to cheer myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
So and like the amount of space that Donny got, because in Germany they like to play very high lines, as we've seen with even Liverpool sometimes play a high line. Because
a lot of them still implement pressing and possession based systems.
Exactly. So and like Timo Werner, the reason he was able to score ridiculous amounts of goals is because he had space to run into. Like, Wolves aren't going to give him that space. Burnley aren't going to give him that space.
Yeah.
Nobody in this Premier League is going to give him that space.
Yeah,
he's a finisher, and the chances that he's had, he should be able to finish them. But like his overall game where he runs and scores, he can't do that anymore.
Yeah, ish. Yeah, I'd agree with you kind of on that, because of the pace.
Not at the same frequency. Like,
yeah, I did see him in the big. I still don't think that's the major factor. I still think it's a mental thing, because if you watch him in the first few games of the season, he was still making a lot of really good runs compared to what he is doing. I mean, he still does it time to time, but we're saying he's a lethal finisher. I mean, we've said it so many times. It's not the style that's affected him. He's had enough chances to finish. He's just, I don't know what's going on. He's genuine.
I'm not making excuses, because he should be finishing the opportunities that he creates for himself. That's on him.
I'm actually intrigued to see how he does on the Tuchel style, though.
Yeah, he didn't play today. I don't know why, but maybe
Kylian Mbappe. That's all I'm gonna say.
he does know how to get the best out of pacey forwards. He's done it before, but arguably
31 goals in 32 games in the Bundesliga in 16-17. Jesus Christ.
That Dortmund team. Like I was doing a little bit of research on Tuchel, but I remember that Dortmund team, 17-18 team was just something else. Götze.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Götze wasn't there at the time, but
oh no, he wasn't.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I mean, again, just
I'm tired, bro.
You just gotta be patient with this. You gotta wait and see what happens because Tuchel doesn't even know what's gonna happen. He has to train with these players. He has to learn with these players. And again, we saw encouraging things for him to be able to break down a Wolves team that sat back that deep with a back three, with Den Donker and Neves in front of them. For him to still be able, for his team to still be able to make a ton of chances. Yes, there were some bad touches at time. Mush is saying too many touches. That's what happens because they're getting used to playing with the ball. They're just being introduced to it. So again, I wouldn't worry. And one thing that I would tell everybody right now, this doesn't just apply to this game, this applies in general. It only takes you a second to score, but it takes 90 minutes to win a game of football.
Yep. I like that because there's a lot of people saying possession doesn't win you football. But I like that's a very good reverse sort of clapback.
Results come with performances. That's why Pep Guardiola, he doesn't emphasize the result. He emphasizes the performance because the results will come with that. Again, all it takes is for Ben Chilwell to put the shot on target. All it takes is for Callum Hudson-Odoi to maybe get his shot to go a little bit more off to the side. All it takes is for Kovacic's shot to go in the corner. It's those fine little millimeters. But again, it'll take you a second to score a goal. It will take you 90 minutes to win a football game. And we saw the 90 minutes today. We did not see that 1 or 2 little seconds. And ultimately, those are going to come. The results will come with the performances. It's like a masseuse working on a somebody who wants a massage. It's not just bam. Somebody comes in, they're all stiff, they're all sore, their muscles are all contracted. You don't just, slam it hard once and it just, ultimately gets loose like the muscles.
Slam it hard, Pav. Pav, what are you slamming hard there, bro?
Goodness sake!
It's not just you whack like a tendon and like it immediately just becomes loose. You have to be able to slowly sort of loosen it and slowly like work on it. So listen, it's gonna take some time.
100%.
I think this Burnley game is an excellent opportunity for Thomas Tuchel because one thing that's a trademark of the Premier League is Brexit football. Just straight up, you just park the bus and you just pray that nobody scores on you for 90 minutes. So this Wolves team sat back. This Burnley team will sit back. This 100%. Tottenham team will sit back. This Sheffield United team will sit back. This Newcastle United team will sit back. So he's going to be able. He has the prime opportunity right now to get his players used to not only how he plays, but how to break down these specific teams. And if you know how to break down a low block in the Premier League, you're good.
Honestly. And one thing I just want to say about Chelsea played boring football or Chelsea do this, Chelsea do that. There's a reason we play boring football. It's because the teams we're up against, they don't allow us to play football. Like they shut up shop. Like what do you want us to do? I don't know, like constantly play beautiful passes and risk losing the ball. Nah, you have to build these things. That's all I wanted to say for people who say that we played boring football.
Yeah.
And
I think that was a mix of what Wolves came out as well, though. I don't think it was always us playing the way we played definitely had an impact on their style. But I think also just them. I think the uncertainty of the result and them just making sure they're going to get that point. They had a very good few chances. That chip that I saw, that made my heart beat heavily.
It was offside though. Podence was offside though.
I think he was offside.
They never mentioned that on the commentary. I was like, why are you guys not? So we're just going to ignore that. But yeah, still even then. So you blame the other team for your crappy play. What a simpleton. I'm not blaming the other team for my crappy play.
We're not saying that the other. We're just saying that that's the nature of football this day.
I'm saying it's a mix of both. I'm saying the way we play definitely down Wolves.
We created great chances, but those chances were few and far between, is what I'm saying, because we came up against.
First of
Honestly,
all, I said it was crappy play, and I'm not blaming anyone either. I said,
"Oh, I recognize this guy. He was over at my house last night, shining my fucking shoes. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here."
Honestly, people.
Too many idiots. Listen, buddy, you're going.
I love football, but like, I'm sorry, football these days, especially football fans. Some of you lot, like, and I was guilty. I was guilty of this. Like when I was like, I don't know, 14. I never used to watch games. I used to watch Match of the Day and base all of my football opinions on Match of the Day. And like the moment I started like watching football games, I was like, oh, so like I remember one of the first times like I watched like a full football game. I was probably like 12, 13. And I'm like, this is really boring. Yeah, it finished 3-0.
Olu Tikare says, "What age did you learn the offside rule?" Podence was offside. Go and watch it back, mate. Flipping it.
Listen, it's by like millimeters, but you know how the Premier League is, right? So technically,
I didn't
by the law.
I didn't actually see the replay, but I heard it was offside, and if that's what I'm hearing. I need to go and watch it back. But if I trust my boys, if my boys say it was offside, it was offside. I'm not exactly gonna. I mean, I'm gonna see it and see, but like, and that's another thing. All right, the game's happened. It's done. Like, this isn't like, I don't know, where you can go and change the result after a game's finished. Man United, but the game's done. These results have happened. The offside happened. It was offside. It was this. It was that. We can talk about
Sheffield United.
Do not get excited. You know United are gonna win. Don't get excited.
Sorry. There you go.
Okay, congratulations. Now United's gonna win. Can't believe it.
Honestly, Fuad, what have you done? What have you done, Fuad? Have you not learnt from Arsenal? Have you not learnt?
I'm an LAFC fan anyway, like my guy Mustafa.
Yeah. Man, like
Sheffield United.
What a plastic.
Hold on.
This is now the 90th minute.
Sports like 9 clubs, this guy. What a plastic.
Like a night out in Sheffield. Like a greasy chip butty. Like Sheffield United. Come feel me again. Da, 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 da. Ooh. Mate, they've got one of the best tunes. I can't even lie.
Bro, we almost had 1,000 passes against Wolves. What the fuck? I'm just seeing that.
This one's a special for Mush and Mason just for now before they win the game. You fill up my senses like a la 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 la, like a maggot of woodbine, like a good day, like a night out in Sheffield, like a greasy chip butter, like Sheffield United. Come fill me again. Ooh. Sorry, they've got. I can sing that as many times as I want. I love it. It's a banger. It's absolute top quality banger.
No.
The game is not done yet. Yes, we know. I just like to make the most of it.
Yeah, we know.
90 minute and 90 plus. Come on, man. Nah, Pav's active. He's not a snake. He's active. He runs every channel. I mean, we might be the faces, but Pav's like, he runs it. He runs the 90th minute. He runs 90.
Pav is the Roman Abramovich of like football TikTok.
I'm the Roman Abramovich of Chelsea as well. You got to think about this. You guys saw my latest TikTok.
Pav sees
Marina follows the page. You know, listen. I was right about Lampard. I'm going to be right about Tuchel as well. Because
that comment at the beginning of this stream, I loved it. Did you see it, Pav?
Well, which comment?
Where he was like, "All right, so here's my thing about Thomas Tuchel." It was the first comment, so I would have put it like that.
I mean, honestly, these days I'm more inclined to trust Pav than the majority of people because he's not one of you're not one of those people, Pav, who just makes comments for like.
I back my shit up.
Exactly, and like people can disagree and agree. That's the point of football. Nobody's saying is gospel, right? It's just opinions and facts and things that are, you know, I don't know, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even know where I was going with that.
Just waffling.
I'm waffling, bro.
Sometimes you gotta waffle a bit. Don't worry about it.
That's Path stole my exams, bro. Pure waffle.
All right, so I got a quick message for y'all. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Well, 7:45 p.m. Tottenham against Liverpool. Your boy will be doing a live watch along for that, live and direct from my bedroom, aka the Viper Sports Studio. But make sure to tune in for that. And then we got another watch along on Saturday. I'm not really sure what time it is, but Arsenal against Man United, another banger of a game. I say that now, it's going to be 0-0. Yeah, so Mustafa just said, I hope it isn't. Almost every watch along I've done,
bro. So true, man. I hate this year for the Premier League, honestly.
But yeah, exactly. So hopefully we have a couple of bangers this week. I was meant to release a FIFA video this week, but due to the amount of live streams we've done and stuff like that, that will be coming next week. It's a banger. It's FIFA Pro Clubs. Noah's involved. Pav needs to get involved. But it's a very good...
Listen. If it's on StreamYard or Skype, I can do it. If it's not, I'm fucked.
All right, we'll
work on something.
Yeah,
we have to get Pav in.
But other than that, it's been another fantastic 36 minutes of another 90 plus. Let's hope, because I feel like every 90 plus we've done in the last 4 or 5 has just been so flat to talk about, because it's either a 0-0 or it's either us losing, or it's either us winning by just fuck all, like a Fulham game.
Like a 17th.
That's why I sacked Frank and brought in Thomas Tuchels. So maybe
I'm gonna ring Tuchel now. Yo, Tukes, my guy. Yo, listen, next game.
You don't have his number, I do.
Listen, if they want to score, if Burnley score, that's fine. Give us a talking point, and then win the game 2-1 or something. Make it a bit exciting, yeah? All right, bless. A big one, Tukes. See you in a bit. That's what we're gonna say to Tukes. But other than that, I guess just tune in tomorrow for another live stream, for another watch along.
I don't think I'll be on, but I hope you guys enjoy.
I might come on at halftime. We'll see how things go.
Even if no one else comes on, we're gonna run the show. We're gonna have if no one comes on, I'm gonna design a tab here with the starting lineup, with the live score on my head. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna have better graphics and shit. But if that doesn't happen, obviously a few people will jump on. But we'll see. Let tomorrow come. I think Nawaz is jumping on actually. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. See you in a bit.